The last array function is used to compute the average annual returns. This is an arithmetic measure, so the computation is relatively simple. Again, there are two ways you can do this, the long way and the short way. In the long way, you first compute the yearly returns based on the yearly investment balance, and then take the average of all the yearly returns. The short way uses an array function on the yearly balance to quickly compute the average returns in one step. Let's see how to do this in Excel. Let's go through the long way first. In this exercise, at the beginning, you only have these two columns. You have the year stamp, you have the investment balance each year. So the first step is to convert all the yearly balances into yearly returns. So similar to compute stock returns, there are two ways to do it. You can either use a log return or a percentage return. Say I'm going to use a log return, so which is a log of this year's balance over the previous year's balance. And once you build a first formula, again, you can use fill handle to populate the value for the rest of the column. Now that I have all the yearly returns, excuse me, I can simply take the average of all the yearly returns to compute what is the average annual return. Now, this method involves two different steps. If I use array function, I can combine the two steps into one step. So what I'm going to do, again, is I'm going to compute what is the average annual return based on the balance information. Recall that in order to use the log return, you're in the singular case, you use this year's balance over the previous year's balance. But since this is an array function we're building, so you have to swap out the singular values with arrays. So in the numerator, I'm going to use a later array. So starting from 1997 to 2006, divided by an earlier array, starting 1 year earlier from 1996 and end 1 year earlier until 2005. And once you do that, you press Ctrl-Shift-Enter. That gives you what is the average annual return. And this number should match the answer from the previous method. There's even simpler way to do this. You will just use what is the ending balance in 2006 divided by, you will just use the log of ending balance in 2006 divided by the beginning of the period balance, and then this gives you what is the buy and hold return, and you will divide that by 10, a period of 10 years. That gives you what is the average annual return as well, and you see all three numbers should match.